Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for the Golden Path International Tournament, being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. I am your host and commentator, the BlackShadow. Today we're going to have a look at Group D action. This group has been very tight throughout this competition, really well balanced, as you can see here in the group table. It is a huge scrap for positions as we come into the final two games. This one is going to be featuring Joshwag, Floody, Wizardwit, and Dipwood, so a massive fight for promotion and qualification into the next round. With the table being so tight, it means there's absolutely everything to fight for here. As such, if Wizard, Dipwood, or Josh win this game, they will automatically qualify to the next round, either by courtesy of points, or the fact that the first tiebreaker would be the fact that they have won 2 games. So even if Josh was to win, if one of the other players was, say Wizard, for example, was to get second place, the tie on points, but Josh would win the tiebreaker. A little bit more awkward for Floody, however. Floody winning would not necessarily guarantee them. They are too far behind and could be caught on points, specifically if Wizard or Dipwood gets hold of second place. But at the very least, they would be guaranteeing themselves a spot into the wild cards, which is certainly better than nothing. Also, amongst all this, everyone else is going to be looking at this one as well. Arthur D, especially, is going to be very interested to see how the results of this is. And Aussie as well in the last game will be looking to make the chase as well. So absolutely tons to play for here. It's going to be a huge conflict, and it should be a really good game. Alright, and so players are getting themselves ready for this one. This is going to be some game here. There is an awful lot on the line. Everything's still to go for this group. It is wide open, so this is going to be a real good scrap here. We'll note as well there's been a couple more changes to the shipping track. You notice all these buttons here for going up, going down, collecting stuff, so that should be fun. Anyways, let's look at the row here, and it's pretty good, to be fair. I would be very liking this, personally. A lot of solid cards here. Court Intrigue's okay. Freighter Fleet is obviously very desirable for the shipping. There is no unloading currently available to players, so I have to work that one out. Same for Boundless, although the ring ability is still pretty good. Negotiate Withdrawal, one of the most highly desired cards in the game, and Fremen Camp is very solid. 2 reveal, good agent action, very solid. As for techs, we have got Chow Murky, which I still rate, I think, is pretty decent in the group stages, though it hasn't been as popular as I'd expecting. Spy Satellite's probably one of the most powerful in the game, and Restricted Orders is also very desirable, so there's a massive combat row here. Tons of action, negotiated as well, just to get some confusion in. And some really solid leaders here. No Beast, which makes me very sad. But Baron is in with no Tesia, so that's going to be pretty desirable. A lot of good draws here as well. Ilban, Lido, Helena, I'm sure is going to be picked here. There is no EKAZ. I don't think I'll be picking EKAZ anyways. And as we do see Helena being picked in full position, fairly standard, I guess. Don't hate it. A lot of good cards to go for here. We'll be looking for that ring, though. Not the best Boundless Ambition ability, however, it should be noted. Helena doesn't rope this too well. There are other people that are significant, like Duke Leader with Boundless, very scary. It was to be taken third by Dipwood. Floody up next, it'll be Wizard of Wit to go for first place here. Wizard is leading the pack here out of the 4 players, but only barely. His average points rating, however, is not very strong, unfortunately, even with his 1 win, so it's going to be a lot to fight for this one. Not an easy spot for Floody, although I think you just got to be taking Baron more often than not here in second position. There is no Tesia, which means someone might have picked them, but I think you probably got to go from here. But they're thinking else outside the box here. They're going to go for Duke Lido. Okay. Which means Wizard's going to have the opportunity of taking Baron in first position, which is interesting. Who else would you be taking here? Yuno or Hundro? I mean, Una doesn't look too bad, but Una in first position is a bit awkward because you kind of get stuck over yourself. One of the strengths of Una, of course, is making use of the cash here in order to go smuggling twice, for example. That's why she, so you can get Swordmaster. So she's great in like second position, third position. In first, it's a little bit more awkward for her. So I think Baron's probably the safe pick. I don't think I'd be going Hunter in this one as well. A lot of the combat leaders are gone. Hunter usually has to do a bit of fighting. Obviously, he can find some amazing intrigues at the start of the game. That can really help the early game here, but it's risky. Hunter's the more exotic pick. I think a lot of people would just see Baron pick Baron here. And he does indeed do so. So here we go then. Get ourselves underway. Wizard has to set out his Master Stroke tokens before he draws cards. He's not allowed to see his deck. It looks like he's going to keep the usual 2 of the spacing and Fremen Guilds, which is not surprising. We're going to move on here. So let's rock and roll. The first combat has yet to be revealed. I don't even know what it is. He should probably look and see that it's the Spice Influence Skirmish, and he should be baroning Hardy Warriors most of the time. But he decides not to, which I think is a mistake. I really think then when you get these influence buffs, skirmishes even, if you're playing as Baron or Tessie, you've just got to hit them almost all the time. But he goes for Fold Space instead. Lido's got a nice hand, but an awkward hand here. Nice to have Signet Ring and Diplomacy, but it doesn't just goes for smuggling here. So he's going to look to... The problem is, for the leader that has... He's not going to be able to smuggle again next round. All his mining cards are in his deck here, so... I don't like the smuggling play. If he had, like, a Dune or Signet Ring in his hand for next round, it'd be much nicer, but he doesn't. So I don't like the smuggle. What are we going to just, like, Wealth, Mentat, or something like that? Anyways, Ilban goes to take negotiation with his ring. Helena opening up with Steel Suit. Somehow, Hardy Warriors has not been taken, which is insane, and Baron can't actually go there. Signet Ring is also gone here. So, yeah, really surprised Baron. Baron should just barreled in here. You've got to do it on this. Now he can't do anything with his Signet Ring. He's just got to go to a city and kind of sigh a little bit. I mean, that's a nice find. I wouldn't be complaining with that. Urgent mission. One of the better intrigues in the game. I mean, just taking something out, just being able to have another action is always huge. Usually getting used for instead of shipping to hit them multiple times in a round, so he's pretty good. But now Baron's out of position here and has no real idea what to put in. He can, of course, put in troops, but he's going to have to just kind of play idly here. So Wizard could have gone hard early, and now he's kind of in this weird, awkward spot that he's kind of put himself in. Lido as well is going to be in not a great spot next round here. I guess all he can do is go Imperial Basin with Signet Ring. But again, the problem is he has no mining cards next round. So even if he manages to get access to instead of shipping next round, he can't even go there because he has no mining cards. So, yeah. Don't like this from Lido. He's going to chase the Spacing Guild and he's going to hit folds. He's going to hit it with Seek Allies, but he has no way to actually ship. It looks like it's going to happen here. So... is what it is. I wonder if the players will spot that and notice. So there's going to be this could be a bit of a slow start here, to be fair. No one's going to be able to get shipping immediately here. Yeah, did not like the smuggling at all. Anyways, Ilban's up next. Ilban is going to go Hardy Warriors here, surely. No, he goes Wealth. No one's going Hardy Warriors in the opening round. That is exceptionally rare. Oh, Wizard, it was the first thing I said. I'm so sorry. Oh, dear. Oh, man. I mean, you don't have to go Hardy Warriors as Baron, like in the first round, but when it's... I honestly believe if it's a skirmish bump, an influence bump on the skirmish, I think you've got to do it, especially as Baron, because you can basically get access to instant shipping straight away without even hitting fold space. You get a passive bump from Master Stroke. You take the passive bump with the win. You get 2 bumps of the Fremen as well. So it's just the best start you can really hope for. Anyways, so Helena finds her way to Carthage with Infiltration. Reinforces the pickup. This is really nice to have early, but it's awkward to use early is the problem. But it's good to have. That'll be useful later on in the game. Baron's going to reveal for free. This is not the best row for free. I'm guessing he's going to take Freighter Fleet. Maybe Court Intrigue. Court Intrigue with the Baron is a really nice card. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of intrigues. You can cycle those out. Wealth is guaranteed. Helps to fund your Signet Ring. Depends how you see it, but I think Freighter Fleet's going to be the pick here more often than not. People see shipping. People take shipping. Outside of that, though, Lito's then going to reveal for 2. I guess he's just going to grab a liaison. Lito's next round is going to really suck. I don't know what he's going to do here. I guess he's just going to go seek allies and probably like his reconnaissance to Carthag or something, I guess. Maybe he's going to use his dagger for Mentat? I actually wouldn't hate that, actually, if Mentat's still available when it gets back round to him, going for Mentat. He might even, yeah, I don't hate that at all, actually. Try and find his way to instead of shipping. His next hand is going to kind of suck, so... Ilban reveals for 4. Negotiated withdrawal seems the likely pick. And it is. Gets an extra troop for his troubles. And Helena also going to reveal for 4. Other Memory looks good. Fremmenkamp looks good. But I imagine it'll be Other Memory. Obviously, that's pretty nice. The draw... The pound of draw benefit from your discard is obviously very... very strong here. Our mod is changing as we fly. Oh, dear. So, Helena will win. She will take the bump at shipping. And we're going to move on here. So, let's see what Floody does here. Floody also has got the spice, obviously, for the Signet Ring later on, which is obviously pretty useful. But we'll see how this goes. Desert Power is the next combat here. So, Hardy Warriors looks extra tempting. Hardy Warriors in this combat, very desirable. You're going to get your water back, you'd think, minimum. Lito's going to be up here. And again, this is where Lito's got this issue here. I think Lito has to go Fold Space and then Mentat. I think that's got to be the play from Floody. I really don't think anything else is that workable here. Everyone's got their Seek Allies cards this round as well, it should be noticed. So you're going to see a lot of these just getting barreled out. So faction access is going to be tricky here. Ilban's going to go up here. Ilban is going to get Hardy Warriors first ahead of the Baron, which is 100% what you got to do. So Baron is not going to enjoy this round. I wonder if Baron's going to go selective breeding. I wonder. I'd be tempted. Your entire discards there, and you have got Urgent Mission as a last minute backup if you draw a load of good cards. I'd be tempted. Helena's going to go smuggling. Obviously, we've got all these extra bumps here, so it's all trying to get automated because people do miss stuff, which happens. She must put something aside with her Signet Ring. She'll put aside Power Play. I don't think it's likely she's actually going to get it. I think she's just getting out of the way. Baron's going Tet Negotiation. Wow. Okay, so he's getting his 5 Persuasion up in here. Is he going for Bounders? Guild of Good also on the road here. Very desirable. I think he's still going Mentat here. I think there's so much value and there's so many good cards for you to draw. I think it's gotta be Mentat. I think it's 1 coin. It's not a big deal to you. You get it super cheap. This is not a combat really that's desirable anymore because Ilban's already gone in. Baron's likely still to go for this at some point as well. He's gonna put in some troops and pressure. So I think it's gotta be that. He's considering only revealing here, but I really think Mentat is the way forward. I really do. I stand by that. I feel like I've played enough Lito to feel you don't have to. But what else are you going to do here? Cities look horrendous. Oh, he sees it. Yes, he sees it. Good choice. This is good move, this. I think this is good. You need a little bit of lucky, obviously, what you're going to find. But half your deck gets you into the shipping. And that is one of them. There's a Dune Desert Planet. So I think it's a good spot. And I think he's got his reward for that as well. Moving on to Ilban here. Ilban, I think, also had intentions of going Mentat, but that's been denied here. Ilban's kind of in a bit of a weird spot. He doesn't really have a lot to do. But full Persuasion kind of sucks. I think you just go Basin and just take the Spice. I don't think early revealing is... Well, he's going to early reveal. What, for Fremmenkamp? Well, I mean... I guess. I mean, free, it's an even worse road for free, but I still would have minded Court Intrigue as Ilban. And now he pings off Sayadina. Oh, I think he's going to be regretting that decision. He's going to be wondering, why did he not go Imperial Basin? Wow. That's going to change this significantly now. Helena's going to see that and think, does she Tet Negotiate? Get her 3rd Persuasion, pick up the water, look to just try and print points for Sayadina. Looks tempting. Seek Allies was the intention, I think, to, like, well for something. But yeah, you see Sayadina immediately changes the plans here. So she's going for Sayadina. No one's going to stop her in the way here either. I don't think Baron's only revealing. I'd be shocked. Not with Seek Allies in hand. He's going to use it. So Helene's going to take Sayadina, and that is that's a huge issue for Dipwood here. He has created this situation. Yeah, didn't like it. I think, yeah, Fremenkamp's nice, but I don't think it's worth really revealing for. And now look what he's allowing Helene to be able to do here. And remember, she can always, if she gets hold, she can go to siege unimpeded because of her infiltration abilities. So that's a real problem. Baron's got kind of a free-ish punt here at Seek Allies. I mean, to see him really reveal for Sayadina would be insane. Wizard might feel that his second place might be good here, which it might be. There's very potential that if he gets second place, he might be good for top spot here, but it's not guaranteed. If he was to come second and Aussie was to win the final match, like, he would not qualify. Still seems reasonable, though. Not going to put a troop in? He's not putting a troop in. I mean, I know he's keeping a troop aside for Masterstroke, but I think he's still going to put it in for the resources. Finds his way to Interstellar Shipping. So, goes up and down and recalls it. So, tier 2 taken. So, getting the bump. Should just rush the Spacing Alliance. No reason not to. And he should take the cash, I would imagine, as well. And he does. So, it seems reasonable. 5 persuasion for Leader as well. If Leader gets on Balance Ambition, that is really frightening. Helena takes Sayadina, so she's going to look to kind of turtle up here. Firm Grip turns up! Oh my goodness! Baron Harkonnen! Wow! Wow. Some big cards coming off here. Baron will not mind at all here. That's pretty... He has 5 persuasion. He could still go boundless. Or even carry all, but I think Firm Grip is probably the better card here. He's got to think that Lido probably has a load of persuasion coming as well. I mean, if Lido can get out a Firm Grip, that's insane. Lido doesn't really care. Boundless or Firm Grip are both awesome cards for Lido here. I feel like Baron probably has to go Firm Grip. I feel like... But then he's committing himself down that route. It is a committing card. If you take this and you don't like start hitting the Emperor pretty heavily, that is a problem. It's not doing a lot here, so it's a big decision here for Wizard. Boundless has a bit more flexibility. It's also still a pretty good age. It's still a pretty good agent ability. Like, its ring is really strong, but he does go for Firm Grip. That's a tough call. I think Evil was fine. And Duke Leo's going to take Balance Ambition, surely. And that is very frightening here. This gives the ability to basically use Balance Ambition as a double jump for a spice. Because you can go to a space, and then you can pay for the ring, technically speaking, before you actually take the aligned bump for using that space. So this is a very scary card for Duke Leto to have. Everyone's going to be terrified of their alliances now, and so they should. Leto is going to be a monster here. Anyways, Dipwood wins the combat uncontested, and we're going to move on here. So round 3. Dipwood finds negotiated. He's going to be using that for sure. It is raid stockpiles. So plenty of spice. The intrigue will also be good. Everyone will have some interest in this. Especially the leaders. One issue that Leader had. Leader needs to have a lot of spice this game. 2 ring abilities that using spice means he's got to keep that supplied. So he's going to probably hit like Hagar Basin, Imperial Basin, he's going to need to do a lot of mining in this game. And it's going to be a bit tricky. So we'll see how he goes here. Leo's hand's actually really good, but he doesn't have enough actions to really make enough use out of it. But Ilban will be first. I wonder if Ilban's just going to go Mentat here. No, he's going to pick up the spice first. I think Ilban is eyeing up spice satellites here. He's not going to be able to get off negotiate withdrawal though, unless he puts in more troops. So maybe he's intending to go Fremenkamp perhaps. But why wouldn't he have Fremenkamp first? So maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, Helena's up. Helena's going to use other memory here. Just going to be for the draw. She's going to use this and cash in. So she will be taking the cash for her Sword Master. Leto is short. He can't get there yet. Baron Harkonnen has a bit of an awkward hand here. He has not drawn his diplomacy. So he's going to have to hold on this Masterstroke for a while here, I'm afraid. He's just going to pick up a ton of spice, which I don't hate. I think you should definitely look to pay for the ring. See what you draw here. I wonder if he's going to go spy satellites. I don't know. Private army. Ooh, that feels pretty good early game. I'd be happy at that. Doesn't want to use it. Obviously, wants to reveal it. So reconnaissance. Don't know what he's going to do with that. We shall see. There might be worlds where if he recons the Arakeen and he finds diplomacy, he might actually urgent recall and send it to Highliner. It's not impossible, and I would consider that. Lido is going to fold. He's actually going to go straight to fold space just to block it up here. Wow. It does give him his access to his Swordmaster as well. He doesn't need it right now. Interesting. Fold space to the fold space it is. So actually he's going to go Mentat here. Ilban is up. Ilban should be going Mentat, I think, more often than not. And I think this is the move. Go Mentat. Look to get another troop in. And then try and withdraw it. I think that's probably the way forward here. But he is eyeing up spy satellites, and it's very tempting. And if he doesn't take it now, he might lose it. And that's why we see him take it now. Didn't want to take the risk here, so he's just going to grab spy satellites here. So that'll give him endgame for 2 influence for all factions. So he's going to have the license just to run for a faction, for an alliance here. Curious to see which one he'll go for. Costs him a couple of spice. Gets the Solari. Freighter fleet turns up here, by the way. That's very desirable. Swordmaster for Helena. Baron is up. I think Baron should Arakeen it. And if it's like a couple of cards specifically, consider urgent recall. No, he's just going to Arakeen. He's going to go Carfax instead. Doesn't want to do the draw. He's going to protect urgent mission. He finds Chom shares. This is a huge intrigue, but it's a bit awkward for Baron. He's using his money for other stuff here, so he's going to need a lot of resources in this one. But at least you've got it now, and you can kind of plan around a little bit. Yeah, Baron's just kind of playing very docile. He's protecting Masterstroke. Lido Mentating. This is a good move. I like it. Surprised he didn't do it with his Signet Ring, though. Very surprised he didn't do it with his Signet. He's unlucky to find his other Fold Space card. That is unfortunate. I'm really surprised he didn't Signet Ring that. Interesting. Oh, why did you use a dagger there? You use Signet Ring in Diplomacy. I think that's a bit of a mistake, but well, never mind. Anyways, so it's a couple of swords for Ilbar. No retreat. So 6 strength here. There's 4 to buy. He has 5, actually, with Tech Negotiation. So Carryall's there. Appropriate's turned up. It's a huge card. I think Ilban should strongly consider Appropriate and just rushing the Emperor Alliance with Spy Satellites. I think that's the play here. And that is what we're going to see here. That's going to make him very dangerous here. And he just starts hitting Welv, and he just makes full use out of Appropriate, and that's going to be really hard to combat. Really dangerous. Get Restricted Ordnance, you know, get High Council. That's going to be pretty dangerous. Helena's up next. Helena with an action steal. She has full persuasion, ring in hand, but she's going to go to steel suits, which I think is... Which I think's okay. Sure. Don't hate it. Baron's going to reveal for 4 and a bump. Don't know what Baron's going to do with his 4 here. Not unsure. Not a great move for 4. I think he should still consider Court Intrigue here. I think it's worth it. He's got good intrigues currently. But he won't forever. So Court Intrigue taken. Pirate of Rays turns up on the row. Oh, look at this row here. This is pretty stacked. Very strong. Takes Leo's on as well. I'm not so sure about that. I'm never really a big fan of taking liaisons as Baron. You want to use in the strength for like your ring and diplomacies and such here. Liaison's a bit bloaty. He's got to be a little careful here. If he's going to start taking, he needs to start trashing cards. So maybe he's intending to start hitting selective breeding and such. Lido will go into solar shipping with his fold space. So he's going to go up a couple here. Everyone's just trying to work out the right buttons to use. We're not ready use it, yeah. We're not used to using this here. It's brand new, so everyone's kind of getting used to it. He draws a card. He has 5 persuasion. Didn't use his Signet Ring at all this round, which I'm a little surprised about. I guess he's got Boundless coming, though, but hey-ho. Helena reveals for 3. She takes a liaison, which I think's fine. Obviously wants to pass Saidin and Fremen Bond. And 5 for leader here. People are going to be surprised to see the Signet Ring there. And I think it's either Esmar or it's Pyre, right? I mean, both are very strong. Depends how you want to go here. You do want spice and resources, so Esmon's gonna be good, but Pirate of Raids is like top 10 card of the game. So it's a tough call here. Oh, he had 6. I apologize. I mean, I don't hate it. Alright, so aggression signaled here. Baron, not going to spend Private Army here, just going to collect the spice. So Highliner incoming, Conspiring incoming. Ilban finds Grand Conspiracy. Wow, Ilban is getting all the components. He's just to completely turtle up. Go High Council, get Restrictive Ordnance, go Dreadnoughts, and just, like, that is going to be really hard to deal with. Real chance here for Dipwood. It is the next round. Cloak and Dagger is the conflict here. Plenty of intrigues, and there's not a lot out there. The bump's obviously pretty desirable too. The second place is alright. Saiyadina is found for Helena. Problem is, she has no troops to put in with still suits, so Saiyadina feels a little clunky. But she doesn't really have a lot else going on here. So I think still suits might be kind of forced. This is a really awkward situation, actually, for Helena. But I think Steel Suits has to open up and hope that you get to Imperial Basin, I guess. Someone else should probably cut that up, though. We'll see. Baron Harkonnen with gobs of spice. Is he going to go Shuttle Fleet, maybe? Shuttle Fleet, when you got Choma shares, feels pretty good. Obviously, only Duke has access to shipping steel. Tough call here for Baron, but I don't hate daggering to Shuttle Fleet. You got to negotiate up there as well, so it's only going to cost you 4. That money is going to help you long term. You're going to get like probably 4 or 5 hits of that. I mean, not that many, but it is 2 bumps. Could also go Highliner, which I don't hate, but I think you've got 2 daggers. I think Shuttle Fleet is the play, and you got to negotiate there as well. I think this is the move, and I think Baron agrees. Baron does agree. Yeah, I think this is the right one. Curious to see where he's going to take his second bump, though. Bene Gesserit, I wonder? I think he might take a Bene Gesserit, if I had to guess. So, 4 spice, Negotiator in the -1. No, I can take it passing with the Emperor. Don't hate that. And shipping, obviously. So, he's going to get in front of Leto. I mean, you got it, right? There's no reason not to. Look, I try and find reasons to not ship in these games, and I lose games of Ix because of it, because I'm stubborn, but if there's absolutely no reason not to take this bump here. You don't have to spice to go Highline. Whoa, he doesn't bother. Wow. Next tech is Evasion, by the way. That is a surprising decision. Is Baron Harkonnen looking to try to hit Imperial Basin and then urgent recall and hit Highliner? Is that what's going on here? Leto can't take advantage of this, by the way, of the spice. He has to go ship. Leto's like, what the hell's going on in this game? But if Leto takes the spice and basin, he can't go into shipping because he's only got 1 access. What a weird position this is. That 1 change is like really made this kind of odd. I think he's still got to go shipping regardless. And just kind of look what's going on here. I don't think any of the techs here are that desirable for Duke Leto. I mean, Restricted Ordnance might well be. No, just down on it. Makes sense. I think that's fine. So taking the bump. Bumps the Fremen. I don't hate taking cash here still. You want to get your Swordmaster, High Council as well. I think it's fine. Ilban has a pretty horrible hand here as well. What does Ilban do? Is he going to just go fold space, I guess? Very curious, this. Floody will be very happy how this stands here. And Selective Breeding, it looks really scary here as well. Or Balanced Ambition, I should say. Maybe Tahadi Warriors could happen. Conspiring for Ilban, again, who wants to get hold of a load of cash here because of appropriating such. So it makes total sense, this. Finds Tactician as his intrigue. I think this is a totally fine play. Back to Helena. Helena's got to go Imperial Basin, right? Yeah, she had to go Imperial Basin. Can't let Baron have that. So back to Baron. So what was the intention here of not taking the spacing bump? What's the intention of, are you just going selective breeding? I guess? I don't know, it's kind of weird. Did he just straight miscount and thought he'd have 6 spice and then realise, oh, hold on a sec, no, I don't? Did he really expect to get Imperial Basin? I guess. I don't know. Like, on the face of it, it looks absurd, but I'm sure it wasn't done just for the hell of it. I'm sure there was a reason behind it. I just can't suss out what it is. I wonder if he was also considering conspiring. So, Hardy Warriors it is in. He's gonna... Oh, I see. So he's gonna do it this way, but he has no water. So he can't Hardy Warrior. So that's not an option. Oh, dear. Wizard has made a mess of this turn. Yeah. He has made a mess of this turn here. This is terrible timing for Wizard here. This is not what he needed. That's why he didn't bump. He didn't bump the spacing gear because he expected him to go to Hardy Warriors and get his bump via that with Master Stroke, but he has no water. And he can't get water. He can't even get to Siege. So it's going to be just smuggling. Okay, yeah, just realized what they've done, so he's just taking the cash down. Yeah, cool. We're all good here. So just takes the cash here. So I have a feeling he's going to urgent mission. Well, Swordmaster's now gone. So if that was the intention, he can't do that. I don't know. This is... Wizards made a mess of this one, I'm afraid. There's no looking past this at all. This is a terrible result for Wizard. And it's so tight as well. Like, if Wizard gets last place, he might get knocked out of this competition. It's that close. Ilban's surely going to go Mentat, I would think. And does. So, Baron... Ugh. Feels bad. Complete mess, this. Helena's up. She's just going to go for... I mean, she can't go Mentat. That's blocked. So, Tech Negotiation is the only move she's got. She could buy Tech and does go Chalmurky. I don't hate this. Get a couple of intrigues going. This conflict is still wide open, by the way, which is insane. So, she gets a couple of intrigues. She wins all in-game tiebreakers now, which is always nice to know. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That is a, it's a pretty good draw, kids. That's a pretty good draw. I'm not going to lie. I think I would have actually recalled as Baron and just hit Fold Space and just called it a day. What a... I hate to say it, Wizard. I know you're going to watch this back, but that was a brutal turn. That was a really brutal turn to watch, man. So, Lido is up. Lido is wondering what is going on here. Lido is just like, this is a ridiculous situation for Lido. He's been given so much stuff here. Hardy Warriors with Boundless. He can chase any faction with a Spice, and he should do. And I think he should honestly chase the Fremen, and he does. So, full aggression here for Duke Lido. This is very, very problematic here. Floody in a great spot. Off to Ilban. Ilban's got 7 persuasion. I counsel with Signet Ring looks okay, but only gets to 8. Doesn't buy his Spice Must Flow. Oh dear, it was not a pretty turn, Wizard. Like I've been there before when I've miscounted my resources. We've all done it. But even so, so many more choices you could have made. Anyways, Ilban is just going to go ahead. He does find the Spice Must Flow. Wow, okay, of course he gets a card with Ruthless Negotiator. So Spice Must Flow in hand here. Helena's going to take Pyre. 4 Persuasion for Duke Lido. Not an ideal board for 4. I mean, Guild Admin looks pretty tasty, though. That's 12 cards. I don't hate Guild Admin. I think Guild Admin's totally fine. Could also go Bene Gesserit Sister. I think that's also okay. And In the Shadows is picked up here. Wow. So Ilban's got some interesting choices here. He has 10 persuasion. He was going to take Spice plus Flow. But he might change his mind within the Shadow. The problem is if he buys in the Shadow, he has 8 persuasion. What else does he get? Nah, just take Spice plus Flow. Just cash the point. He's got Grand Conspiracy, so that's partly why. Alright then, so we're gonna move. We're gonna go here. Floody wins uncontested. That feels pretty nice. So he will take the Alliance for the Fremen here. Very destructive. Gets 2 intrigues. Dims apart, very strong, very versatile. Culling as well is pretty useful, but he can't use that right now, unfortunately, even though his entire deck's in front of him. So he's going to have to wait on that a little bit. We're going to move on to the next round here. Wizard of the Wit with all the ground to catch up here. Leo's still the only person who can ship in this game as well. This is completely ridiculous. Baron finds Firm Grip. He's got to go at least Wealth here. Ilban finds Conspire, and he is activated now. So that's kind of scary. Ilban does not have his Swordmaster, however, so he's got to be a bit careful about this. He's using a ton of cash. Baron up first here. I think you've got to start off with Firm Grip, right? Firm Grip to, like, either Conspire or Wealth. I think either's okay. Probably say Wealth. I don't think Conspire's that good for you because your techs make it awkward, but you've got Charm Shares as the issue. So you need to make some money for that. You still get your Swordmaster. So I actually think Conspire is not terrible. And worst come to worst, you could always urgent recall your agent away from that. You know, it's not terrible, but your hand is a bit awkward is the issue. So I don't know. You could even just use urgent Conspire and just use Charm Shares. You know what? I don't even hate that. You know, I don't even hate just doing that. But then you won't be able to get Swordmaster. So, let's see what the plan is. He is just going to go to Wealth. Doesn't want to take the risk. I don't hate it. So he can pay 2 Solari to bump any other faction. And now he gets the spacing bump, but it's going to be too late, which is why he doesn't want to do it. Oh, man. It's so ugly, this. It really is. This is balding shoe ugly. So he takes the spacing bump about 2 turns later than he really should have done. Leo's going to open up with shipping. Leo's hand is not amazing shipping now, so be careful of this. Wow, I mean... Wow. Look at that. That's a flex, everyone. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. I need to go shipping. I'm just going to go high council and just get in front here. That's pretty savage. It's okay, Baron. You can have interstellar shipping. It's fine. That is savage. Because Baron, of course, wants to go for his Swordmaster, so... Yeah, this is real brutal stuff here. Back to Ilban. I think Ilban is considering going to a city space with Appropriate and taking invasion ships and just chucking everything in and then retreating half of it with Negotiate Withdrawal. He's got Tactician in the back pocket here. I think that's what he's considering. But I think he's going to grab his Mentat first. I think this is very dangerous. He's going if he does this, no, he's going to go and go Carfag first. He's going to pick up the coin. But that means that Appropriate is going to be doing nothing. He finds Advanced Weaponry. It's more money to spend. Ooh, that's awkward. He might actually end up with free techs here, courtesy of Appropriate. It might be worth holding on to that. No, he just throws it in immediately. I don't know, I think I would have... Oh, but it's part of Grand Conspiracy, so he had to take the Dreadnought. Yeah. So, a bit awkward here. Helena is going to continue to fight Leto for this faction here. Baron's got to make a choice. Does he ship, or does he go for the... I honestly think you take the shipping here and you say, screw Swordmaster, I can get it later. It's not a big deal. Your hand's kind of rubbish anyways. You've got Urgent Mission. Saying that, though, I think you're going to see he's going to double bump here and he's going to Urgent Recall and just double ship here. I expect that's what we're going to see. I think this is the right call. So he has to... He's going to... Oh, but he's awkward here. He's like trying to work out what he's going to do. I think you got to buy the intrigue here. Oh, he's going to use Dune Desert Planet here, which is notable. Now, that's going to look strange. They're like, well, what's going on here? I think the thing is that now telegraphs that he's got urgent mission. If people are paying attention here, I think that tells them that that's going to be coming here. I think this will be spotted. Obviously, there's nothing the players can do about that. That kind of gives the game away a little bit there. So, but at least he spots it. Lido is up here. Lido obviously being threatened at the with the Alliance here. There's nothing he can do to defend it. So Hager basing it is. Helena is going to be hitting Hardy Warriors and taking this Alliance. And it's going to be fighting tooth and nail here. But all Lido has to do, if he pulls Balanced Ambition next round, he just goes Steel Suits and takes the Alliance back. It's the problem for Helena. Oh no! Well, Helena's good. She's going to Hardy Warriors and she's going to use Strong Arm to get rid of one of the troops to secure the Alliance. What she's going to do. Yes, I see it. So Appropriate taken. So he's just going to cash this in for the Solari and then use it to buy, I guess, invasion ships. Might take Restricted Ordnance, actually. I think Restricted is a better one for you here. And that is how we do see it. So that's +4 swords for all combats now for Ilban, which is very strong. So a bit of confusion there, but we're all good here. So Helena does indeed strong arm Hardy Warriors. That alliance is gone there. Urgent mission played. So this is where we'll see the retake for the Baron to double ship here. I wonder if he's going to be interested in any of these techs here. He's going to be carved from shipping. I don't hate troop transports. I think invasion ships is better for you though now. Given the situation, I think invasion ships is the way forward here. Gets you some goods in the garrison. I think this is the move. It gives you like shipping access a lot more regularly because obviously the leader's going to cut you off here. You don't have to take it, but I think there's enough reason to take this. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to take the bumps here. Okay, so maybe a little conservative. I think invasion ships, there was good value for it. Anyways, we're going to move on. Takes more cash, by the way. That tells you a story. Gets a bump somewhere. Has an intrigue somewhere. Should look at the intrigue first before you take any bumps. Finds charisma. This could be good later on here. Another good, strong intrigue, this. Maybe find a spices flow out of a pretty bad hand. He's going to challenge for the Emperor here. Not going to let Ilban have a run of this. This makes sense. Man, Ilban is looking so well set here. This is really scary. It's been a weird game, to be honest. Really strange game. So, Lido just gonna go ahead. He's buying a tech? He's buying troop transports. So he's getting ready for next round? Wow. Didn't expect that. But troop transports is taken here. Don't often see it taken just straight up like that. A little unusual. Ilban's going to be up here. Ilban has the option to retreat troops, and he should do so. It's units. He can retreat anything he wants. He should definitely do so. I'll take him down to 7 strength. And he does tacticians a backup here, so he's in totally good shape. Got 8 strength, so he's fine here. Man, Dipwood's just getting like absolute just run at this board here. This is really ridiculous. Like I don't see how Dipwood's gonna. I don't want to commentate his curse this because I've done it before, but Dipwood is in such a good position right now. He is looking so dangerous. He's got 3 back point games in the back pocket, points in the back pocket, Grand Conspiracy. It's a bit awkward for him actually. He has to get 2 dreadnoughts. One of them is to get full influence on 2 tracks, which he has to buy satellites, so it's gonna be hard for him to actually achieve that. Takes his Martel here with 5 persuasion, but yeah, this is super, super ominous stuff, this. I wonder if Helena is going to use reinforcements to try and get in front of Ilban in this one. I think it's being considered. Has an action to go. Could go negotiation, just pick up Minimic. I don't hate it. You've got core on the market. So you want to be getting these spices flows. I think that'd be my move here is Helena. Take a Minimic. And then, and just hold on reinforcements for a round here. You could fight this, but it's it doesn't look very pretty. I think Minimic's the move here. with Corner the Market in your hand. I think it's what you've got to do. You got to be buying Spiceless Flows, and you're gonna have to just try and hope that someone slows Dipwood down. Uses her liaison to do it. Now that tells you a story. I think she's gonna use reinforcements here and use the dagger to get in front of Ilban and hope that he's gotten greedy here. Baron reveals for free. He'll take in the shadows. Lido's gonna reveal for 5. Quality of the deck here, starting to run now here. Administrator is alright. Should say a very strong card though. Just going to get rid of his dagger while he's at it, which I think is fine. I think I would have done it later, though. I'd wait until you know you're going to be drawing into your next deck before you do it, so players don't know what your hand is, but it doesn't really matter too much. Anyways, it is 5 persuasion. He could use Glimpse to try and draw extra, but there's no need. Carrion is tempting for Lido, but he has no water, so Truthsayer is the take. I think that's a reasonable one. Has a couple of persuasion left. Might be tempted by Missionaria. Recruiter is the next card. I think Missionaria is speculative. But he has a couple of better Joshwag cards, so he does do so. He's seen Engineered Sons on the row here. Man, it's getting better and better here for Dipwood. 3 persuasion, 4 persuasion for Helena, and here comes the reinforcement, so she's going to look to get in front and charge the marksman here and hope that somehow he doesn't have a battle intrigue. He's going to have to spend it. So she's going to get the bad news and find out that Ilban will be good here, but I don't hate the move at all. I think it's fine. Bad row for free. I don't think I'd even bother buying. I think I would honestly not worry about it. Maybe get a liaison. You have got Sidina. Could be relevant later. Sure, get a liaison. So Ilban will play Tactician. Ilban will take this down. He'll have to put his Dreadnought somewhere. He'll probably put it on base, and I would think. Ilban will take the point. 4 coins for Helena. A couple of Solari for Lido. Helena will be a little annoyed, but at least made him pay for it. And Dreadnought will go to Basin as expected here, and we will move on here. Dipwood looking very, very, very strong here. If Dipwood wins this game, he will be in the next round. Siege of Carthage is next. More cities. More victory points. Just a bit of a visual glitch there. It's all good. So, Duke Lido's up. Luna has got hold of Guild Accord. He's got Boundless Ambition. He can get a double bump with a couple of actions here. Decent looking hand. Tons of diplomacy. The problem is he kind of wants the spice. I think he does want to hit Highliner here. I think he's very tempted, but it's going to be hard to do that realistically. As he goes like, I mean, it's a good looking hand, but it's also awkward here. He also wants to ship. He has no shipping access. He hasn't drawn any. Hence why he got two transports. So that's going to annoy him here. He's going to have to. He could glimpse the path to try and find it, but his hands are looking pretty good. He's just getting resources from Guild Accord. Remember. He can just reveal it for a water and free spice, which is pretty good. Just goes Mentat. Wow. I think I would have glimpsed first. Finds convincing, which is kind of annoying. So he wouldn't have found it anyways, but still. So Ilban's up. Ilban's hand is also not great. I think he's just going to throw troops in here. Draw extra cards and kind of see where he falls. He finds his dagger. He's actually going to surely use that. I think he's going to buy another Dreadnought here. Gets another part of Grand Conspiracy up and running. I don't hate it. Helena up here. Baron still has no way of activating Masterstroke in this game. He has no water, so he cannot go Hardy Warriors. He's got to rectify this somehow. Helena with 9 Persuasion in hand. You cannot use Signet Ring on Spiceless Flow cards, however. They're part of the reserve row. The ring only works for the Imperium mode specifically. It's a bit awkward here for Helena. We've got to get Spiceless Flow this turn, whatever you do. I don't care what you do, you have to get Spiceless Flow. I think I would also consider going Arakeen here. You've got a load of spice, though. You want to hit Great Flat, but then how are you going to find your influence here? So this is a bit awkward. I think she's forced to go Arakeen. She has the other person with water, so Great Flat's totally safe here. She goes Basin. Wow. What is going on here? Baron Harkonnen somehow is going to be the ship. He has to use Freighter Fleet to do it, but whatever. Up and down, it's got to be here. He's got to get in front of the Emperor Alliance here. I think this is very important for him to do so. He's got to fight for it here. Problem is he's going to have a load of troops in his garrison. He's going to be struggling to get them out. That is a problem. But it has to be... It's got to be the Emperor Alliance here. He's got to fight tooth and nail for this. Dipwood gets his alliance. It's pretty much game over. Baron ready for Highliners, by the way. He's ready to do a lot of stuff. Court intrigue. There's a lot going on here. Baron is far from out of this game. But he's got to start getting these troops deployed. If he goes high, by the way, he can't even deploy fully. He's only got 4 in his supply, not 5. Duke Leto up here. Leto back in the same position he was last round. Nothing has changed. He's considering glimpsing here, but it's not really... I don't think that relevant. I think Leto should be honestly considering like going secrets or selective breeding. I think it's really awkward. But I think you've got to start getting these bumps here, and you've got to start catching up with some tracks. You can double bump the Emperor. You can double bump Bene Gesserit, and I think you've got to do one of those. You're going to be using Boundless at some point here. Gildercourt, I think you just got to reveal for the resources. I think he agrees. I think Secrets would be my move. Wealth is okay. But I think Secrets is the play, and it is. So he will pay for that. He will be able to cash in the bump for the chase. He can also still chase the Emperor. He can still technically do it with the Spacing Guild or the Bene Gesserit, but he decides just to spread them out, which is fine, I guess. But Double Cross is found. It's pretty nice. Oh, Ilban hadn't got his Swordmaster yet, so he'll do that. He's drawn not well, though. Ilban, kind of awkward, actually, with 8 Persuasion. Helena is going to go for High Council here with her Signet Ring. So that gets her backed up to 9. No, it doesn't. Now she's at 8 still. Oh, no, she's at 9 with Minimic. Okay, she's going to reveal here. Get Elixir and Energy out of the way. 100% the right call. She might still go for that, to be fair. She might look to buy another tech and just get that instead. But Corner Market is just too valuable here. Baron Harkonnen up here. Baron once again denied all sorts of things here. This is really frustrating for Baron here. Baron's going to make a choice what he wants to do. What I would have considered actually doing as Baron is actually taking Freighter Fleet up twice and then actually trashing it with Selective Breeding. I think I would have considered doing that, but hey-ho. And then getting a full cash in. Maybe get disposal facility something where you're at it, I don't know. But Baron, with all these resources, he needs to put troops in. But he's only got 1 action. Horrible spot for Baron, this. He hates his life right now. Absolutely detests it. And the problem is, the Emperor Alliance is far from safe. Ilham Spy Satellites has full license just to go absolutely ham on it, and I think that's when we're going to see Court Intrigue here, but his intrigues are so good. Horrible position for Baron, this. I think you just got to go Steel Suits here. The problem is that now his Master bumps aren't doing anything. The Fremen Alliance is gone. In theory, he could, quote, try... He could go Highliner. There is an option for him to go Highliner here and get Master Stroke off. Just chuck everything in. He'll get 2 bumps with the Spacing Guild, and it would put Leto in some trouble here. He'd also get his point with the Fremen while he's at it. So, I actually don't hate it. Just go in Highliner here. Get 6 troops in. You're going to have 6 for the next combat. You also get Water together, so it puts Lena in a bit of a position where if she's going to get mining here, but no, he's going to go Court Intrigue. But it's so horrible to do that. I think I would go Highliner. I know it looks kind of nuts here. But I think Highliner would be probably my choice, but he's going to go Wealth and just protect this. But he's not going to get rid of any of these intrigues. Like, Charisma looks so good. But he might go in-game hunting here. Private Army seems insane to give that up. Chome shares he'll keep, but he is going to give Private Army up here. Yeah, this is the problem. Baron is really hamstrung here. So Private Army goes. Does he draw anything good? I don't know what he's looking for here, to be honest. But he finds Dispensation, which is doing absolutely nothing. Wizard hating his life here. If he comes last, he gets 12 points. He's not out of the taunt necessarily, but he's going to need Aussie to have a real bad game. If he comes last and Aussie gets second, it's going to come down to tiebreakers. I'm glad he can, man. I'm glad he can. I'm here all day. I take checks. I do somewhat sympathize with you, man. Like, this has been a horrible couple of turns, but unfortunately, this is ultimately a mistake of your own making. Just like that miscount with the water has just snowballed into so many issues here. And now Lito's just going to hit fold space, because obviously he's terrified of losing that alliance. I don't hate this at all. I think this makes total sense. Just playing defense. Ilban's going to slip to breed here. He's going to find a Spice Plus Flow. Dipwood looking very strong here. There's no way Dipwood's going to win this combat, is he? Is he going to win this combat? Are you kidding me? What is going on in this game? Spice Plus Flow is found. What's about to be at 7+3 here? Is this about to be his fight for second place? I think Dipwood is about to book himself into the next round here, barring some kind of insanity. Perhaps a benefactor of some of the weirdness that's going on in this table, but it is what it is. And now Helena's like, what the hell do I do? What's going on here? Helena feels like she should get involved. But she's got to reveal and buy the Spiceless Flow. Her hand, she's forced herself in this position. Curious to see what you guys make of this one. Once this is up and you guys watch this. It's been a very peculiar game. Spiceless Flow for Helena. Baron reveals the 5. He's going to take Carrier, which is, like, also feels kind of terrible. He's skilled out of there. Lido has an action. Lido's just got to go Carfag, right? And just put in troops and use double cross and just hope this all works itself out. I honestly don't see what else you've got. I would legit glimpse the path. Well, it's going to be Carfag pretty much regardless here. He's going to go Siege. The thing is, Ilban's still going to be good here in this combat. This is so ridiculous. Look at this. And I think it's now a fight for second place. Like, Dipwood's won this game. He's just won. It's over, right? This is ridiculous. So, Dipwood's at 7+3. Surely he's going to be good here. Grand Conspiracy. He just needs to get another Dreadnought, and he gets his second. He gets a point line for that. So, it's hard to see how Dipwood's going to lose this. Lido's just going to take a ton of resources and just call it a day. This is kind of a ridiculous match. Has 4 to buy. I don't even know if I'd bother buying here. I wouldn't actually hate taking Guild Admin if you're interested in hitting Highliner before this is all said and done. Takes Local Fence. Can afford Water Peddler. Might as well, I guess. Doesn't let you go in Spice Plus Flow. So, short. And Dipwood's just going to win this combat. And Lido's going to take second spot with a Spice and Intrigue. So this is just a fight for second place now. It's as simple as that. Dipwood's, assuming he's going to win this game, he's going to qualify. So it comes down to second place here. Reminder, Martel has 9 points. Floody has 8. And Wizard has 11. If Wizard needs to come second here, but it's going to be hard for him to do so. If he comes second, Wizard is going to be secure for at least a wildcard spot. But who knows? Really hard to know what's going to happen here. Sidina found for Helena. Should be greatly happy to see that, and Steel Suits is still open. I wonder if she might get greedy here, and maybe she goes to Siege first, and then looks to get Sidina to a Bene Gesserit spot. Would be greedy. Lady Jessica on the road, by the way. That is going to be of some interest. Probably the best card in the game. Probably. So here we go. So Ilban's just gonna try and collect points here. He's got Appropriate. It's online. Though he's kind of short on money. He's got Boundless Ambition on. It's going to be hard for him to get this Emperor Alliance, though. So the only issue that Ilban has is trying to shut this game out. It is Grand Vision. I wonder, does Ilban just go for this and just charge the Bene Gesserit Alliance? I wonder. If he gets up to full persuasion, that's also another aspect of Grand Conspiracy. So I think there's value in Ilban trying to get this. But it's going to be hard. And maybe that's why he grabs Mentat to kind of see what's going to happen here. We shall see. Anyways, Helena's up. If Helena's feeling brave, it's Siege, and then and this is what's happening here. It's Siege, and then off to Bene Gesserit. So she's going for it all here. I don't hate the idea. Baron's got In the Shadows in his hand here, which is going to give him a point. He's got Chome Shares, which is going to give him a point. What a bizarre spot this is. It's only two people have ever had access to shipping this game. This is such a strange game. I think Baron has to go instead of shipping here and just has to hope this goes another round. He also wants to win this combat, but it's not an amazing combat for him. Is he going Highliner? No, he's going to cut off Helena. So he's going to try and get in the way here. He's going to try and make a chance for this alliance ahead of time. Okay, so he draws 3 cards with Fold Space. Finds Diplomacy, which is good. Curious to see how this is going to proceed. Baron, only person not to get High Council or Swordmaster, so he's going to be good for those. Leto is up. Leto's hand is not great. He's just going to take Spice here. He's going to chase Bene Gesserit, surely. And he's going to... But he has no way of getting to Highliner. He's got very poor access. But I think you've got to go Bene Gesserit regardless here. Gives up shipping. He had troop transports. Wow. So Ilban's got to try and close this game out here. He does have 9 Persuasion in hand. I wonder if Ilban's just going to go Arakeen here and just chuck these troops in and hope for a redraw. I think that's what I would do as Ilban. Arakeen, couple of Solari, see what you find. Yeah, that's the right move here. Finds Recon, so he's still good for 9. So put him in, and then just reveal by Spice and take a bump. And I don't know where you want to take the bump here. That's the problem. Negotiate isn't really doing a lot for him. I guess he can continue to try and pressure the Emperor, but it's hard for him to actually take that alliance. Is it more worth him not bothering and doing something else? I wonder. We shall see. Helena's she's got to go secrets. She just has to go secrets. I think anything else is a mistake here. Phone Bond is not active for Sidina. You absolutely must use it. Must be secrets. It will be secrets. Baron Harkonnen, I guess, is going to get Swordmaster. See where he goes here. Helena finds Bypass Protocol, which is normally okay, but I don't think it's actually that good in this situation. No real great cards on hand. So, not ideal. Baron Harkonnen up here. This bizarre game. I think Baron Harkonnen's got to get a Spice here, and he's got a Highline, but he can't do both now. Because he went Selective Breeding. So, he's just got to Swordmaster and reevaluate. He's only got 5 Persuasion. He could get it. He could go High Council for 7. And then Charisma for 9. Or just take Lady Jessica. Which I don't hate. Lady Jessica's a point, by the way. Just hitting the Fremen. But he wants to get... surely he wants to look to get... and he does! Abandoned Swordmaster here. Wow. I mean, having to play such a bizarre game here, but he has a point in Charm Shares. He's gonna get a. He's not gonna be able to secure this alliance though. Surely with the Bene Gesserit. So super weird. This. So I'm surprised he didn't take it within the shadows and discard his dagger just to take the Fremen bump or something, or take an Emperor bump and secure the alliance. I think that would have been a better play. I don't think taking a soul bump within the shadows is really good enough here, because you're never going to win this alliance. Anyway, so Duke Leto is going to go for Spaceport. He's just desperately trying to draw cards here. So he gets to draw 2. Any ones he now buys goes on top here. So he's looking for Lady Jessica, I think is what he's doing here. He's got full persuasion. He's going to get Jessica, put it on top of the deck here. I think that's what he's after. 6, 8. So he has enough for Jessica. And he's going to discard Peddler for the Water here. And find Missionary, which is actually 9. And Missionary is actually in play here because of Truthsayer. Wow. Well. Interesting. No Highlander Axis, though, which I think he was quietly looking for. But he has Double Cross, I guess. And Ilban's got a weird position here now. Like, retreating is not really that valuable for him. But I think he's going to. He's just going to take the spice. He's going to buy Spice's Flow, and he's going to pull him back, and he's just going to pressure the Emperor and take some troops here, and maybe just go all in next round and try and win the game. Looks like that's the plan. Spice's Flow is the way to go. I don't think Jessica's good enough for you here, because Baron Urk's first. It's 3 Spice's Foes for Ilban now, so Helena cannot get 2 points out of Corner Market. Most she can get is 1. Yeah, Ilban's just going all in next round by the looks of it. But it now means that Grand Vision is just up for the taking here. And both green and blue can benefit from this. Both are eyeing up this alliance here, and this is going to fuel Helena to just go for this, I think. To Carthag, and she's going to throw in and hope to find something big. Oh, she finds Demand Respect, but she'd have to win the combat first. I mean, I guess you got to put it in. What a bizarre game this is. So there's a bump for Baron Harkonnen, but this isn't going to be good enough. He's going to buy Master's Flow. I would have actually been tempted to take Jessica and take the bump with the Bene Gesserit, but I guess he still would have lost it. He's not playing Charm Shares yet, so he's going to assume there's another round to go. Which he's right. Dispensation is also active, so he can take 2 spies. It's been a most peculiar game, this. He doesn't play Missionaria! Well, he's going to just ship instead and use the troops here to go in and take this down, I guess. He's got Private Army as a backup. So, he doesn't actually need to put them all in, but you should probably put them all in. Yeah, no reason to take any chances here. Gets a bump with the Emperor, which is good. So it does another point. Get some resources, take some spice, don't need any cash. And this next round is going to be interesting here. Again, remember, Dipwood has 3 points in the back pocket of end games here. So he's effectively at 11. Grand Conspiracy is not yet online here. It still seems hard to see how Dipwood's going to lose to the spice size. It's still realistic that they're fighting for second place. Being brutally honest here. And I think the players know that. You got Spice Satellites and you're 2 in front and you've only gone for 1 faction. You know you're in a pretty strong position. Dipwood's kind of been just giving this game a little bit, really, but it's the way it goes. So it's all about second place here. If Wizard can take second place, 14 points, he will get at least wildcards minimum. Josh, second place, would be 12 points on a win, which is a bit more tenuous. He's going to be waiting to see what happens in the other game, especially for Floody as well. Second, he would be 11 points and a win. He could still well be eliminated depending on the final results of the other game here. It's that close between all 6. So everything to fight for here. Just getting that bypass out of the hand here just to clear up and not have to worry about any steals. Which is fine, I guess. Although they were first at next round, so I don't think I actually would have done it, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's largely irrelevant. Leader's going to reveal He's going to have 9 persuasion. So spice must flow. Courtesy of tech negotiation. Doesn't even bother with Jessica. Doesn't even need it, really. So he's going to be at 7. He's going to win this and get to 8. What a strange, peculiar game this has been. So, free spice and an intrigue for Helena. Saying officially Flood should take it first. It doesn't matter. It's a face-down deck. It's kind of irrelevant. So, whatever. Finds Snooper. And finds Water of Life. In a moment, he can't use any of these. So he's at risk of secret stealing here. I wonder if Helena might consider it. If she finds Diplomacy. I would consider it. Finds Ambush. That might pair nicely with Demand Respect here. Perhaps in the next round. But how's she ever going to win it? I don't know. We move on here. Terrible spot here for Wizard. It's Economic Supremacy. Oh, it's so good. Baron has so many resources, but how's he ever going to get the troops in? But it is 3 points here. Baron could even get 3 points from this and still get charm shares, which is insane. I think Baron's got to just shut his eyes and just throw in as many troops as he can and hope he wins it. But how's he ever going to get in the troops effectively? He has no Homer access. He's still missing his put in the Fremen. Wow, I don't know what's going to happen here. I guess he figures that maybe he can pick up Jessica and get his Fremen bump there, perhaps. But Baron's only got 2 actions. What an awful spot this is. He could also go into Stellar Shipping, and Freighter Fleet is going to get him his bump with Hardy Warriors guaranteed, but he knows that he's just going to lose this. I'll be honest, he's not looking good for Wizard. I'm trying to sugarcoat this a little bit here, but it don't look good. Helena's going to go up first here. She's just going to draw cards. She has 10 Persuasion. She's got 11 Persuasion, I think. Jessica's taken out the row. Makes sense. Whether she takes or not, I don't know. Might do. Jessica is, by the way, Helena has still only got like one faction's worth of points. She's not got on points with Emperor spacing all the Bene Gesserit at the moment, which is ridiculous. But she needs Spice Must Slow. Because it's double points with Call of the Market. What a ridiculous game this is. Baron Harkonnen's like... He's just got to go Carthag and put troops in. And use your Signet Ring and just hope that you somehow find a way out of this. I honestly do. Oh my god, it's so brutal for Baron here though. Like, how's he ever going to win this combat? It just seems impossible, right? It seems absolutely impossible for him to win this. So, if you go into the shipping, it's a point because you're going to reveal Freighter Fleet, and that's going to give you a shipping kick in there, which is good. You know you're going to get a point out of Sharon share, so that's going to be 8 points. How on earth do you score any more than that? I think, yeah, I guess instead of shipping with, like, your Signet Ring and just hope for a miracle, hope you find the intrigue that gives you 10 victory points. It's in there somewhere. I put it in myself. I never seem to find it in my own games, however, though. Wizard can still get 3rd place here due to the bizarreness of this game, and in fact, he's got a lot of resources. So, if he gets 3rd, it's 13 points for the table. He might well hold on for wildcard, but it's hard to know. I don't hate Carthag at all. I think this is... I totally get if he goes Carthag. Gets 2 intrigues, and he's just going to close his eyes. But I think Interstellar, with Freighter Fleet in your hand, I think has got to be the right call here. You're guaranteeing yourself 2 points. But Baron Harkonnen is not going to get Masterstroke off in this game. I cannot think of the last game I've seen anywhere, let alone a tournament, where Baron Harkonnen has not got his Masterstroke here. What a ridiculous... what a bizarre match this has been. I can't wait to talk with the players here. Gonna be fascinating. What does he find? He finds Bindu, which... I mean, it makes up the fact he doesn't have a Sword Master, I guess. So, that's nice. War of Life played for Lido. Lido's going to get Spice of Slug. He's going to look for it. He's obviously going to go to Highliner before this is all said and done. He has Guild Accord. Boundless Ambition is also found here. But I don't think Boundless is going to get really used for anything here. Oh my god, he's drawn so bizarrely. Poison Snoop is all going to be played here as well, which makes sense. I think he has enough for Spice plus Flow at the moment, but it's like kind of hard to tell. There's a lot going on in that hand. Diplomacy also found. I'm pretty sure he's got enough for Spice plus Flow with high counts. So he's got like 10. I could be wrong there. He's got 10. That includes Bene Gesserit system, which you can also use for swords here. So he just wants to draw cards. So Fold Space is going to be used. Gilder Cord is going to be used. He is going to go high level all said and done here. What else can Lino do here? What other damage can he do? What's the best move for him here? Does he go Mentat with his Fold Space or something? I think you got to deny Lino. I mean, it's weird though. It's like in theory you want to be trying to stop Ilban, but Ilban's just got 11 points here. So what the heck do you do? I think Lino should look to... But it's so strange. So Lino wants to go Highliner, but Helena's also sitting there with Highliner, and that's kind of scary. But he's gonna dare Helena to do it. He has Private Army in the back pocket, but he's gonna run out of spice. So Highliner's been given up here. Wow. Wow. I mean, he can go with Gilder Cord, but he's not going to be able to get hold of Private Army. Private Army's going to be dead in his hand here. I don't know why he feels the need to draw so many cards. He's trashed. It's Doom Desert Planet, I think. He draws 3. Ilban's got a lot of cards in his hands, everyone. There's too much going on there for me to work out. I don't get paid enough for that. Ilban's just going to say, okay, I'll just go Mentat, or he'll go Dreadnought instead, which is also fine. So Ilban's 1. He has 9 Persuasion. He's got Grand Conspiracy online here, so he's going to buy Savfk and have 4 in-game points here. Dipwood is just good in this bizarre match. I don't think there's any reason for him to look to get hold of any techs here. Hold on to your spies. Nothing to mess around with here at all. Just reveal and win the game, basically. But he can't close out this round is the only problem here. Ilban would love to find 2 points and end the game this round. The longer it goes, he's going to feel uncomfortable about it. It's hard for him to get 2 points, to be fair. If he goes training drones, that tells me he's going to go in for this. But there's nothing really of any good for him. But he does. So, wow, okay. So he's threatening. Memo Quarters turns up here, by the way. Lido can literally get that and get a point. He can go there. He takes the bot with the Emperor, and that's a point there. Here comes High for Helena. It's forced. She has to do it now. She's got ambush. She's got demand respect. Demand respect is not live here. Not fully live. Binding Suspension is going to be played. So just draw a card and pass, I guess. I mean, you might as well. Finds Convincing. It's 8 Persuasion. He's short. Oh, Baron Harkonnen. It's oh man, he's not going to enjoy this when he watches this back at all. You might as well just pass, I guess. I mean, there's not really much to do. Especially you go Imperial Basin. He doesn't have access to High Council. So Imperial Basin is, he's just going to take 3 spice and just going to sob in a corner profusely here. Again, I do feel a degree of sympathy, but this is also kind of self-made, so... And he'll accept that. Lido's gonna see Memo Quarters. He has to grab this. It's a point. He can discard, like, Water Peddler. Do apologise. He does. Finds mission. Alright, there's a Spiceless Flow in there. That's all we need to know, folks. He's not doing anything else of it. So, Memo Quarters are taken. That's a point. But Helena would have to reveal now and win the combat and hope they're good here. They don't have to. They could also use Demand Respect, but I mean, I guess Helena's got to go in Haga Basin or something? Well, she only needs one bump, actually. So Helena, I think she should focus on is just win the combat and then take the single bump with Demand Respect at the Bene Gesserit, and that gets you a 10th point. I think that's what she's got to do here. Doesn't need to be distracted by the fact Demand Respect is 2 spice for a double bump. You don't need it. One bump is fine. Ilban's just going to buy the point. Ilban knows he's good. His next hand, if there was another round in this game, by the way, it's going to be hideous. What a bizarre match this has been. But Lido is coming in with Highliner here. So this is far from over. Double crosses in hand. Helena is not safe here. She has to tread very carefully. If she reveals, the problem is if she reveals with corner market, it's 2 points. And if she wins the combat, that's 4. Oh, but it's so greedy. You win and she wins endgame combat. The move is she's got to put more pressure in here. She knows Leah's going to be sitting there with Highliner. Oh, she reveals. She's going full greed. She's going for the lot here. Oh, but I don't think this is the right call. I think she's going to regret this. Lido's going to hit here with Highliner. Are they going to tie this combat? Oh no, I think Lido's got a dagger that gets him over the line. It's just so confusing. Anyways, Baron just buys some stuff here. It continues to sob. He's going to get another point here with the shipping. That's going to get his friend point. He's just going to get Baron to 8 here. Shipping bump must be taken. I have to tell him he can't decide not to take it. He's got to do something with it. So there's the point. Gets Wizard to 8 here, but Wizard's going to have to wait for other results here, and he's going to have to hope that he's good in this group here. But it's impossible to know. This has been a hideous game. So Duke Lido, let's look at his hand here. It's so confusing. So he's got 2. He's gonna get Mentat first. Oh, I see what's going on. He's getting Mentat to chase up with the... Oh, but if he chases, he can't get... Yeah, he's just cycling here. He's fun in spice. So Highliner's incoming. But he can't pay for private army is the issue. This is so confusing. Here we go. He's trying to find his way to 3, but I don't think so. The problem is it's such a bad conflict to win, though. Is this going to go another round? He doesn't need to know. If he just gets a point, he's good here. The game is going to end. Memacore is going to be 11 here. I think Lido is going to take 2nd place. But 2nd place is probably not good enough for Floody. But given the way this game's gone, it's the best they could have done here. I don't see how Floody could have won this match, given how bizarrely this has gone. Sorry, just an absolute bizarre game, this. So he's got to take the bump there as well. He's done it all manually, so it's going to be his reveal. This is going to be complicated. We're going to try and work this out as best as we can here. So here comes the double cross. He's just going to double cross green. Can just do that. That also works. So Lido's going to finish probably on 11, you would imagine. To be honest, they're kind of like double crossing here, but it's like the only thing this matters for is Helena. If Helena would, for Helena, it matters if she wins this point because she gets the point with Bene Gesserit, and she might do it. I have no idea what's going to happen here. This is going to be so confusing. But I think Lido's going to win this by a sword of his dagger, which is insane. So confusing, this one. There's his reveal. So it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 as Spicer's Flow. He can take benches as swords. He does have to take a card of Boundless in the reveal. So he should take Spicer's Flow, 3 swords, the Spicy's done. And he has to get a card of Boundless. It can be anything he wants, doesn't matter. But he is forced to take one, so he's just doing the maths here. But this has been one of the stranger tournament games I've cast this tournament. It has been absurd. Yeah, he has to take a card. He is forced to. There is no way about it. You must take a card. That is part of the rules. Takes Sardaukar Legion. It doesn't matter. Takes the 3 swords. And that's going to be it here. Helena can't catch an ambush. So Lito's going to get a point from the combat. He's going to get a point from Emerald Quarters. He's going to get 11. Dipwood's going to win this with 13. Martel is going to come third with 9. And Wizard of Wit, one of the most agonizing and painful 8 points I've ever seen in my life. Let's go have a chat of them and give some commiserations here. So, I gotta say, one of the stranger games of Dune Imperium I've seen for some time.
Oh, really? Is it not normal for Baron not to play out his influence tokens?
I mean, obviously that's also unusual. You don't often see that as well, but I mean, there was a lot of weirdness in this game. Obviously we'll get to that in a second. But I mean, I guess congrats to Dipwood for making the next round.
Yeah, well played, everybody.
Yeah, good game.
I mean, yeah, this was just a weird one. Some people just got themselves into some really weird spots. Obviously, again, like it's amazing how one resource resource miscount
really came back to bite
and
me.
how it snowballs. It is yeah, it is pretty brutal. It's pretty amazing, like how that can happen. And I totally get, like, I was wondering what you doing. I was like, I don't know. So I was like, oh, we thought we could go Hardy Warriors, and it would have made sense. But yeah, and it just everything snowballed from there, which is pretty brutal.
Here's what I'll say, because I know obviously people on the internet are going to be like, oh, he's a goof, which is not wrong. In this game, especially in online play, it is very easy to miss stuff that you might not miss if you had the actual little teardrop token at the table. And, I've even seen really strong players like Orski or even you make mistakes on stream. It happens, and it just really bit me tonight.
Yeah, this was not the right time for it to happen, and
Dipwood got his revenge.
Yeah, it's just spiraled out of control here, to be fair. I mean, the good thing is, like, at least you've got some good outwork for the rest of the table. You have to hope that Troll Points is enough, but I honestly have absolutely no idea. You're gonna have to wait for the next round and see what happens. I don't think, looking at it, Floody is second. So Floody's going to be on 11. So is Josh. So I think actually 12 is going to get you just somehow into the wild cards. So there is that. And the other two are going to have to wait and see how this ends up with tiebreakers, and also how Ozzy, how he plays in his last match as well. But yeah, this was obviously a very, very curious game. Dipwood just had, like, almost total freedom. Could do almost whatever he wanted.
Getting that the tech gave you
the spy satellites. Yeah, that was it.
Spy satellites and then spy satellites and appropriate. I was like, this looks so over, and that's exactly what happened. But it was fun watching. Let's say obviously the interplay between Floody and Helena as well. Helena finds demand respect too late and finds the ambush as well. And just got, again, like, you wanted to do actions, but it's like you got corner and you got to take points for that. It was a mess. It was a messy game.
My last 2 draws weren't very good.
No, they were kind of awkward as well. It was a messy game. Lido was very fortunate to have, obviously, memo coders pop up there. That was pretty useful.
Yeah, if he didn't grab it, I was gonna grab it.
Especially given this last combat was like, there's only one person who could benefit from that, and the problem was, how was he ever getting troops in?
Yeah,
so
I was lucky that I had Guild Accord and I could just access the...
Oh, yeah, Guild Accord was always going to be good in the 8 game. And when you're drawing that many cards, like Boundless as well, that's one of Lito's best cards, and it showed the damage that it can do. It didn't too much here, but it just shows that it just gives you so much flexibility on these rows and just threatens everything all the time. So
I was able to keep 2 alliances, so...
But yeah,
and I think that was another major mistake I made, letting him get Boundless. I agonized over that, and I figured, I can get the Emperor Alliance.
So
it won't be that hard. I'll take Emperor.
It was tough. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I think it's straight 50-50. Like, I don't hate either pick. I promise, if you go with Firm Grip, you are committed down that route.
Yep.
Boundless gives you extra flexibility, of course.
And Boundless is great for Baron too because he loves the entry cards. It's,
of course,
yeah.
exactly. So it's so I don't hate the pick there.
I regret it, for the record, and I'm terrible. But good luck in the rest of the tournament, everyone.
Well, I mean, say Wizard, I'm pretty sure that just a quick maths with my notes here. I'm pretty sure you still make the wild cards. So because Martel and Floody both finished 11, you've got 12. So I don't think you can be kicked out. So your wild cards minimum, and those two are gonna have to wait to see tiebreakers and what happens with Aussie's game in the last match. So
I'm gonna get out of here, but I will say, everybody, check out the other game where I won. So
yeah, please do.
I think they're accurate. I wasn't talking much because I was trying to get the results down, but my only comments for the game was
I mean, this is one of the easier games that you'll ever play. Like,
I never got chipping, and you don't need it.
Yeah, didn't need it. Like, you just had free reign of the board. No one got in your way, and within, like, after like 6 rounds, it was basically a fight for second place. I mean, you got so many conflicts. Like,
I early revealed the 2 agents twice.
Yeah, I know but you could. You were just in like total freedom. Yeah, it was just a bizarre game. Like, to have that much license to kind of do whatever. I mean, buy 4 spices without trashing any as well is kind of absurd. I haven't seen that for some, but it just shows, yeah, Appropriate was just absolutely devastating.
Yeah, 4 worms, 3 combats. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
then that was it, and that's it. You just can't do anything about that. Like, he gets that many points. Like, Appropriate was just
Like,
absolutely devastating.
It's also crazy. You didn't even go up. You didn't even get your first point for.
We didn't need
you
it
know,
because he got Spice
like,
Satellites.
Yeah, Fremen. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
Fremen,
exactly.
Bene
You know,
Gesserit, Spacing Guild.
just cocooned and just made points and took probably too many combats. I mean, he got the most combats out of anyone combined, which is absurd.
Yeah, you can't really stop that. I tried to fight him in one of them, but
Yeah,
he had
no,
the
it just
massive
Well,
it
one
just
of those
Position.
combats was a single dreadnought.
yeah, because he was there was because of the it was
But still, with like restricted ordnance, that's what 7, like 7 swords, like easy.
exactly
Plus,
yeah.
I used
But
the
that's it.
3
Once
sword
once
combat
once he got
card.
Appropriate, I just saw restricted ordnance High Council, and he's just gonna be so hard to do much about. So
we knew you had Grand Conspiracy. Like,
How dare you?
yeah.
but there was
so
just
obvious
nothing we
when I
could
went
do.
through it.
Like, I had to play my own game.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
my
It
own
was very
points.
quickly just became a fight for second place. Realistically,
I was just praying that I could like eke in a win at 11. It's just like, oh come on. don't let me
yeah,
win.
but no, he had so much firepower behind. So, but hey, I mean,
Double
you have
double
to.
cross.
Yeah.
Man.
But no, it was a mysterious game. I'm sure you'll look back at it with some amusement. And again, I again, like, I'm trying to think of the last game that, not even talk just anywhere where Baron has not managed to get off his masterstroke. It has been a while.
I was strongly considering entering the battle if this tile wasn't taken.
Yeah, you had options. Like, I think that was, I could tell from the last round. I was like, you can just go in if you want. So
There would have been 2 dreadnoughts. These 3, one from here.
yeah, and you
restricted ordnance.
you probably would have won it. It would have been close. Obviously, Leo had Highliner, but
It would have only been 1 point, which would have been the exact same as just buying.
yeah,
the worm,
it was good
so-
enough. Yeah, second place was
Oh,
good enough.
exactly.
So.
Yeah, I kind of felt like an idiot for going all in this fight and being like, oh, it's only worth 1 point. Like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
couldn't like really afford.
No,
to-
you needed to though. That's the thing, because I get
I
first
know.
here, I demand respect and grab
Yeah.
another point, and I'm at 11.
That was the
Wait,
problem.
Murky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
exactly. I had to go in just to like
Yeah.
make sure that I
The
got,
play
I
for
got
you
the
guys
point.
was actually to try not to get 10 points off the combat, so you could make the game go a little longer and try to get more points.
yeah, but I don't. Dipwood was never catching. He's never been with 4 end game points and that Spice. It's just like it was, and it's not. He's still going to get points next round. Like, he's also ready to fight next round. I think it was a fight for second place about half the way game.
True, but also since the group is so close, for like metagame reasons, they could delay the game just so they could pad all their tiebreaker points.
I mean, it's an argument, but I
I like a straight up fight.
it was what it was. I think just getting it done was fine. So that is gonna do it all for us in this one. And yeah, just a very curious game. And it does go to show you sometimes how like little things and just little mistakes can just completely snowball, and just how that completely hamstrung Baron's game there and just continued to be a thorn. And then he's just getting blocked in all sorts of ways. So it was pretty brutal for Wizard, but he is going to be on 12 points here, which means that he is going to be safe for the wild card. Joshua third places gets 11. Floody with second place gets 11. Dipwood will make automatic qualification. That's not going to top the group. Arthur D can still win and take that from him, but Wizard is going to hold on for the wild cards at the minimum. But it's all eyes are going to be on the last game of this group. If Arthur D can win it, he will top the table. Aussie as well is going to be playing for his tournament, and second place may not be good enough due to the fact he has not got a great average point rating, so it's going to be pretty much second, first, or bust for Aussie Mandius, who is of course the originator and developer of our hidden pick system music for the tournament, so it's hard not to root for him, you know. Anyways, have a good one, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We will see you all in the next conflict, and with any luck, we'll catch you in this group.